Basic electricity. 1. Which requires the most electrical power? A 15 horsepower, 24-volt motor which is 75% efficient. 2. Refer to Figure 6. If resistor R5 is disconnected at the junction of R4 and R3 as shown, what will the ohm meter read? 3 ohms. 3. A 24-volt source is required to furnish 48 watts to a parallel circuit consisting of 4 resistors of equal value. What is the voltage drop across each resistor? 24 volts. 4. Refer to Figure 22. Which illustration is correct concerning bias application and current, positive charge flow? 1. 5. Refer to Figure 25. In a functional and operating circuit, the depicted logic gate output will be 0 when one or more inputs are 0. 6. When calculating power in a reactive or inductive AC circuit, the true power is less than the apparent power. 7. Refer to Figure 12. Find the total resistance of the circuit. 21.2 ohms. 8. Through which material will magnetic lines of force pass the most readily? Iron. 9. Which requires the most electrical power during operation? 2 lights requiring 3 amperes each in a 24-volt parallel system. 10. The basis for transformer operation and the use of alternating current is mutual inductance. 11. If resistor R3 is disconnected at terminal D, what will the ohm meter read? Infinite resistance. 12. What is the impedance of an AC series circuit consisting of an inductor with a reactance of 10 ohms, a capacitor with a reactance of 4 ohms, and a resistor with a resistance of 8 ohms? 10 ohms. 13. How can the state of charge of a nickel-cadmium battery be determined? By a measured discharge. 14. The presence of any small amount of potassium carbonate deposits on the top of nickel-cadmium battery cells in service is an indication of normal operation. 15. A 12-volt electric motor has 1000 watts input and 1 horsepower output. Maintaining the same efficiency, how much input power will a 24-volt, 1 horsepower electric motor require? 1000 watts. 16. A 24-volt source is required to furnish 48 watts to a parallel circuit consisting of 2 resistors of equal value. What is the value of each resistor? 24 ohms. 17. When the landing gears are up and the throttles are retarded, the warning horn will not sound if an open occurs in wire. Number 4. 18. Which of the following are commonly used as rectifiers in electrical circuits? Diodes. 19. Which term means 0.001 ampere? Milliampere. 20. What is the likely result of servicing and charging nickel-cadmium and lead-acid batteries together in the same service area? Contamination of both types of batteries. 21. What type of sections illustrate particular parts of an object? Removed. 22. What may result if water is added to a nickel-cadmium battery when it is not fully charged? Excessive spewing is likely to occur during the charging cycle. 23. What is the purpose of the ground symbol used in electrical circuit diagrams? To show that there is a return path for the current between the source of electrical energy and the load. 24. When inductors are connected in series in a circuit, the total inductance is equal to the sum of the individual inductances. 25. The amount of electricity a capacitor can store is directly proportional to the plate area and inversely proportional to the distance between the plates. 26. What happens to the current in a voltage step-up transformer with a ratio of 1 to 4? The current is stepped down by a 1 to 4 ratio. 27. Find the total current flowing in the wire between points C and D. 3.0 amperes. 28. The voltage drop in a circuit of known resistance is dependent on the amperage of the circuit. 29. Forward biasing of a solid-state device will cause the device to conduct. 30. If electrolyte from a lead-acid battery is spilled in the battery compartment, which procedure should be followed? Apply sodium bicarbonate solution to the affected area followed by a water rinse. 31. What is the measured voltage of the series parallel circuit between terminals A and B? 3.0 volts. 32. When a charging current is applied to a nickel-cadmium battery, the cells emit gas toward the end of the charging cycle. 33. What is the total capacitance of a circuit containing 3 capacitors with capacitances of 0.02 microfarad, 0.05 microfarad, and 0.10 microfarad, respectively? 0.0125 UF. 34. The electrolyte of a nickel-cadmium battery is the lowest when the battery is in a discharged condition. 35. Typical application for Zener diodes is as voltage regulators. 36. Find the voltage across the 8-ohm resistor. 24 volts. 37. Transfer of electric energy from one circuit to another without the aid of electrical connections is called induction. 38. The term that describes the combined resistive forces in an AC circuit is impedance. 39. When referring to an electrical circuit diagram, what point is considered to be at zero voltage? The ground reference. 40. What unit is used to express electrical power? Watt. 41. If R2 sticks in the up position, the light will be on full bright. 42. In an AC circuit, the effective voltage is less than the maximum instantaneous voltage. 43. A circuit has an applied voltage of 30 volts and a load consisting of a 10-ohm resistor in series with a 20-ohm resistor. What is the voltage drop across the 10-ohm resistor? 10 volts. 44. With an ohm meter connected into the circuit as shown, what will the ohm meter read? 10 ohms. 45. With power to the bus and the fuel selector switched to the right-hand tank, how many relays in the system are operating? 3. 46. A lead-acid battery with 12 cells connected in series, no load voltage equals 2.1 volts per cell, furnishes 10 amperes to a load of 2 ohms resistance. The internal resistance of the battery in this instance is 0.52 ohm. 47. The number 7 wire is used to close the push-diode test circuit. 48. What will a voltmeter read if properly connected across a closed switch in a circuit with electrical power on? 0 voltage. 49. The total resistance of the circuit is 17 ohms. 50.002 kV equals 2.0 volts. 51. What is the total capacitance of a certain circuit containing 3 capacitors with capacitances of 0.25 microfarad, 0.03 microfarad, and 0.12 microfarad, respectively? 0.4 UF. 52. Nickel-cadmium batteries which are stored for a long period of time will show a low liquid level because electrolyte becomes absorbed into the plates. 53. The working voltage of a capacitor in an AC circuit should be at least 50% greater than the highest applied voltage. 54. The purpose of providing a space underneath the plates in a lead-acid battery's cell container is to prevent sediment buildup from contacting the plates and causing a short circuit. 55. How much power is being furnished to the circuit? 2,645 watts. 56. The electrical symbol represented at number 5 is a variable capacitor. 57. Which of these will cause the resistance of a conductor to decrease? Decrease the length or increase the cross-sectional area. 58. Which of the following best describes the contributing factors to thermal runaway in a nickel-cadmium battery installed in an aircraft? Low internal resistance intensified by high cell temperatures and a high current discharge charge rate in a constant potential charging system. 59. In nickel-cadmium batteries, a rise in cell temperature causes a decrease in internal resistance. 60. The electrolyte of a nickel-cadmium battery is highest when the battery is in a fully charged condition. 61. A 14-ohm resistor is to be installed in a series circuit carrying 0.05 ampere. How much power will the resistor be required to dissipate? At least 35 milliwatts. 62. How many amperes will a 28-volt generator be required to supply to a circuit containing 5 lamps in parallel, 3 of which have a resistance of 6 ohms each and 2 of which have a resistance of 5 ohms each? 23 amperes. 63. Which statement regarding the hydrometer reading of a lead-acid storage battery electrolyte is true? The hydrometer reading does not require a temperature correction if the electrolyte temperature is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. 64. A 48-volt source is required to furnish 192 watts to a parallel circuit consisting of 3 resistors of equal value. What is the value of each resistor? 36 ohms. 65. When the landing gear is down, the green light will not come on if an open occurs in wire number 6. 66. An increase in which of the following factors will cause an increase in the inductive reactance of a circuit? Inductance and frequency. 67. A thermal switch, or thermal protector, as used in an electric motor, is designed to open the circuit in order to allow cooling of the motor. 68. Which of the components is a potentiometer? 3. 69. Under which condition will a ground be provided for the warning horn through both gear switches when the throttles are closed? Left gear up and right gear down. 70. Which of the following statements are generally true regarding the charging of several aircraft batteries together? 1. Batteries of different voltages, but similar capacities can be connected in series with each other across the charger, and charged using the constant current method. 2. Batteries of different ampere-hour capacity and same voltage can be connected in parallel with each other across the charger, and charged using the constant voltage method. 1-2 only. 71. Unless otherwise specified, any values given for current or voltage in an AC circuit are assumed to be effective values. 72. Which symbol represents a variable resistor? 2. 73. What is the total capacitance of a circuit containing 3 capacitors in parallel with capacitances of 0.02 microfarad, 0.05 microfarad, and 0.10 microfarad, respectively? 0.170 UF. 74. Energize the circuit with the fuel tank selector switch selected to the left-hand position. Using the schematic, identify the switches that will change position. 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. 75. The TCO relay will operate if 24 volts DC is applied to the bus and the fuel tank selector is in the crossfeed position. 76. Which is correct in reference to electrical resistance. If one of 3 bulbs in a parallel lighting circuit is removed, the total resistance of the circuit will become greater. 77. The end of charge voltage of a 19-cell nickel-cadmium battery, measured while still on charge, depends upon its temperature and the method used for charging. 78. The control valve switch must be placed in the neutral position when the landing gears prevent the warning horn from sounding when the throttles are closed. 79. When electrical power is applied to the bus, which relays are energized? PCC and TCC. 80. A 1 horsepower, 24-volt DC electric motor that is 80% efficient requires 932.5 watts. How much power will a 1 horsepower, 12-volt DC electric motor that is 75% efficient require? 994.6 watts. 81. Troubleshooting an open circuit with a voltmeter as shown in this circuit will permit the battery voltage to appear on the voltmeter. 82. How many instruments, voltmeters and ammeters, are installed correctly? 2. 83. In a PNP transistor application, the solid-state device is turned on when the base is negative with respect to the emitter. 84. What is the operating resistance of a 30-watt light bulb designed for a 28-volt system? 26 ohms. 85. How much power must a 24-volt generator furnish to a system which contains the following loads? Unit rating 1 motor, 75% efficient, 15 HP 3-position lights 20 watts, each 1 heating element 5 amp 1 anti-collision light 3 amp 450 watts. 86. The potential difference between 2 conductors which are insulated from each other is measured in volts. 87. Which condition is an indication of improperly torqued cell link connections of a nickel-cadmium battery? Heat or burn marks on the hardware. 88. The method used to rapidly charge a nickel-cadmium battery utilizes constant current and varying voltage. 89. When different rated capacitors are connected in series in a circuit, the total capacitance is less than the capacitance of the lowest rated capacitor. 90. If 3 resistors of 3 ohms, 5 ohms, and 22 ohms are connected in series in a 28-volt circuit, how much current will flow through the 3 ohm resistor? 0.93 ampere. 91. Capacitors are sometimes used in DC circuits to smooth out slight pulsations in current voltage. 92. When different rated capacitors are connected in parallel in a circuit, the total capacitance is equal to the sum of all the capacitances. 93. Which statement is correct when made in reference to a parallel circuit? The total current is equal to the sum of the currents through the individual branches of the circuit. 94. Which is correct concerning a parallel circuit? Total resistance will be smaller than the smallest resistor. 95. When the throttles are retarded with only the right gear down, the warning horn will not sound if an open occurs in wire. Number 5. 96. The opposition offered by a coil to the flow of alternating current is called inductive reactance. 97. If an open occurs at R1, the light cannot be turned off. 98. What will be the effect if the PCO relay fails to operate when the left-hand tank is selected? The fuel pressure crossfeed valve open light will not illuminate. 99. When more than 2 inductors of different inductances are connected in parallel in a circuit, the total inductances less than the inductance of the lowest rated inductor. 100. A fully charged lead-acid battery will not freeze until extremely low temperatures are reached because most of the acid is in the solution. 101. The correct way to connect a test voltmeter in a circuit is in parallel with the unit. 102. Which of the logic gate output conditions is correct with respect to the given inputs? 2. 103. Which statement concerning the depicted logic gate is true? Any input being 1 will produce a 1 output. 104. What determines the amount of current which will flow through a battery while it is being charged by a constant voltage source? The state of charge of the battery. 105. With the landing gear retracted, the red indicator light will not come on if an open occurs in wire. Number 19. 106. When the landing gears are up and the throttles are retarded, the warning horn will not sound if an open occurs in wire. Number 6. 107. In an NPN transistor application, the solid-state device is turned on when the base is positive with respect to the emitter. 108. Diodes are used in electrical power supply circuits primarily as rectifiers. 109. Determine the total current flow in the circuit. 1.4 amperes. 110. A cabin entry light of 10 watts and the dome light of 20 watts are connected in parallel to a 30-volt source. If the voltage across the 10-watt light is measured, it will be equal to the voltage across the 20-watt light.